From this point forward, the word cheese will be bleeped because Michael finds it offensive.
Hello and welcome to A Nightmare on WingStreet. I guess.
You're terrifying.
This is the Fine Dining Podcast, the search for the most mediocre restaurant in America. And I did a thing again. I cosplayed to go to a restaurant. I am dressed as Freddy Krueger, and I went to WingStreet. But unlike the Shrek episode, I had my guest also totally head to toe Kruged up.
I've never felt more Kruged.
Is this like a top 10 Kruging in your life?
You know, I've had 6 other Krugings, but this is the top for me.
Yeah, awesome.
He did it again, folks. He did it again. He cosplayed again.
I'm unstoppable.
He can't help it.
My guest this week is actor Rachel Bryant.
Hello.
You can see her in a lot of horror movies, which is why I felt it appropriate to bring you on for...
And this is my normal face, actually.
This is your normal face.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of makeup just to match you.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is not my normal hand. Just an FYI.
Yeah, we got the whole getup. I'm even wearing like a crappy fedora on top of my headphones.
I've been haunting people's dreams the last week to get into character, so.
Yeah. Your chin is actually falling off, and I love it.
Good.
Yeah. This is a part 1 episode. We are going to read out some history and some Yelp reviews about WingStreet, this week's restaurant, you know, the part of Pizza Hut. And we'll go from there.
We're going to wing it up. We might even wing this episode.
All right.
Oh, no, I broke it.
Did you? Oh, no, you actually kind of did. All right. Well, let's jump on into the intro.
Your table is ready. Follow me. Have you tried our chicken breast? Serving pancakes and ribs, I recommend the spaghetti. We're here to satisfy, not to impress. Your table is ready. Complimentary butter and bread. These walls have road signs. Knick-knack, cowboy hat, good luck cat, autograph guitar, some crap from your city. Behold the tchotchke of mediocrity. Fine dining. Just fine dining. Fine dining. 2 letters on the sign are shining. Neon flickering, irregular timing. Identify the perfect 5 out of 10. Fine dining. Fine dining.
All right, Rachel. We're going to go into the history of this franchise. But before I do that, I want to know your history with the franchise. Have you eaten WingStreet before, or much, or at all, or a lot?
Very, very, very few times have I had a wing, and B, have I had a WingStreet.
I know when I asked you to do this, you're like, I don't really eat wings. I was like, are you willing to, or?
I'm willing to do a lot of things, including eat wings, so.
That was such a knowing look into the camera. That will haunt my dreams. So you've had WingStreet like once or twice?
Every Super Bowl, I have friends, as some people do, right? I have some friends, and one of my friends every year brings WingStreet wings to the Super Bowl, and she and my other friend Ryan will eat those wings, and they're the only 2 people that do.
That's the
at the entire Super Bowl party.
Yeah, I don't have a history with WingStreet at all. I think today was, if I had them before, it was like, I got one of those like family boxes at Pizza Hut, and it just like came with a few wings.
I have much more of a history with Pizza Hut. You know, I do enjoy Pizza Hut pizza. Remember they had like the reading thing. And remember when Pizza Hut was like a real restaurant back in the day?
When you could sit down.
But
R.I.P. the buffet.
Ah, yes, R.I.P. the buffet.
Cool. Well, that's your history with the restaurant. Do you want to hear the history of Eat Deets?
I do.
The history of Eat Deets? The Eat Deets of WingStreet?
Sure. I'll take also the history of that. I want to know the history of Eat Deets
all right,
later.
Let's jump on into this week's Eat Deets.
Eatery details.
Pizza Hut, KFC, Taco Bell, WingStreet, Bon Shop, and The Habit Burger Grill are all part of Yum Brands Incorporated, which is listed on the New York Stock Exchange under the code YUM.
Well, that's surprising.
I would actually be so proud to be like, I got yum on
I
the
got
stuff.
yum. Yeah. Is it like YUMM? Are there
Just,
two M's?
just one M.
Oh, it's just one M.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that enthusiastic. It's not like you don't linger on the yum.
I'm surprised that the habit is part of this, actually. 'Cause
Yeah?
I think the habit's actually pretty good.
That was such a backhanded indictment of all these other restaurants.
Well, the
You
habit.
are milking that camera so much. And I'm not asking you to change that, but I am noticing it.
Well, as an actor, I understand.
You got to find your
This
shot.
is my baby.
Your
I
claw
mean, I
hand
just
baby.
feel like the habit is more like it's not as fast foody as the other ones
Sure.
you mentioned, and that's why it's surprising to me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I will apologize to the mic
every time
I accidentally bonk it.
Wings first appeared on Pizza Hut's menu in 1995 with only bone-in wings available in either mild or hot flavors.
That's it? Just mild and hot?
Mild and hot. We weren't that adventurous in the 90s.
Huh.
We were living in a simpler time.
The 90s.
I miss the 90s so much.
I do too.
There was, I've already done an episode on Pizza Hut, and in the 90s, they actually had a campaign where they were trying to laser their logo onto the moon.
Whoa.
They just literally couldn't figure out how to do it, and someone pointed out that for it to be visible from Earth, that the engraving would be the size of Texas.
Ah.
So they were like, yeah, maybe we can't pull that off.
Well,
But what a 90s mindset.
Yes.
Yeah. At Yum's August 15th analyst meeting for Pizza Hut, the company told attendees that the WingStreet products account for as much as 15% of Pizza Hut's current sales mix.
15%.
Yep. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like that's higher than I thought.
So that's all for
I would expect
Pizza Hut?
fewer pizza. Like the amount of people that get wings, like the quantity of wings purchased from Pizza Hut is about 15% of what they sell.
I would, why? Because I feel like I see their wing streets are so prolific. I assumed there was just more business happening.
I assumed less. I never think Pizza Hut, let me get wings. I'm just like, I'm going to get pizza.
Well, yeah, but I've seen like Wing Street. I just keep seeing Wing Street. I assume people are buying wings.
Yeah.
But I'm not buying wings, obviously.
No, it's just branding.
It's just branding.
Yeah. Pizza Hut's Wing Street menu was introduced in 2003. So they started serving wings 8 years before that, and then they made it like
Oh, okay.
Wing Street.
Okay.
Marking the launch of the first Wing Street branch alongside an existing Pizza Hut. So they're all I don't think there are any standalone
I see.
Wing Streets. And it doesn't sound like they were acquired by Pizza Hut and merged. It sounds like Pizza Hut just named their wing offerings like a separate thing.
Okay.
Which allows Pizza Hut to be double dipped by this podcast. To have like a separate Wing Street episode. Just because they
So you've
decided
already
to
done
name
Pizza
it.
Hut?
Yes.
I didn't
Very
realize
early.
that.
I think it was episode
Didn't
6.
realize Yeah. Okay.
So, before 2014, Pizza Hut's wings were oven cooked and pre-sauced since deep fryers weren't installed yet at all locations. So,
they were probably frozen. They were probably delivered frozen and then they were baked.
yeah. And we discovered today that they do fries, and that blew my mind.
Well, now there's a fryer there.
Yeah, well, it makes sense to be like, okay, well, we can utilize this for other things.
Yeah.
By 2015, Wing Street had opened its 5,000th joint across the U.S. and Canada.
Wow.
Do you like how hip I sounded by saying joint?
Yeah, I thought you were a hip cat.
Thank you. I mean, I'm wearing a fedora. What else do?
It's true.
I look like a jazz
This man knows jazz and he knows wings.
It's on top of my headphones and it's horrifying.
Yes, that's the most horrifying part.
Yeah, it's unsettling that he wears a hat on top of his headphones, not the fact that his skin looks like burns. Yeah. Wing Street locations are paired with Pizza Hut restaurants, offering both traditional and boneless wings with options like ranch, Cajun dry rubs, and 8 sauces. Wing flavors at Pizza Hut include garlic parm, honey barbecue, Hawaiian teriyaki, spicy garlic, and 3 buffalo options, mild, medium, and burnin' hot. Limited time or location-specific flavors at Pizza Hut locations have included lemon pepper, Nashville hot, and smoky sriracha.
Nashville hot must be warmer than Buffalo hot, right? I mean, hotter, spicier.
I imagine it's probably similar with a different flavor profile.
Okay. I'm not as a spice aficionado.
When I think Nashville hot, I'm thinking of like what a hot chicken sandwich would taste like.
Yes. Oh, true.
Which
Buffalo
isn't
is
Buffalo-esque.
different. You're right.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I think that Nashville hot chicken is hotter than buffalo chicken, but maybe that's not the case.
I mean, the hottest flavors at Nashville hot chicken places do tend to go very hot, but yeah, I mean, compared to this, it's probably comparable.
You're a spicy person, right? You like heat?
I like heat, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm a spicy boy.
You seem like a
as they
spicy
say.
boy.
Thank
Is a spicy boy.
I am part Italian, so
Oh,
that
spicy boy.
you can say it like that. Pizza Hut's most popular wing flavor among the customers is honey barbecue, followed by spicy garlic, and buffalo medium in third.
Buffalo medium.
Buffalo
in
medium.
Third. I
Just
was
like the regular
buffalo medium in third. I was like, what kind of sentence? I see now what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, honey barbecue. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. I don't know if it was my favorite of the ones I had today, but I can see how it's popular.
Yeah. It's a little sweet.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of that tang from the barbecue sauce.
Which honey barbecue is my go-to boneless wing flavor, typically. Like anywhere. Like Buffalo
do you like
Wild
to
Wings.
dip it in stuff, or do you like it just straight how it is?
Well, I don't really care for ranch, and I don't like blue so
yeah.
I don't know. There aren't options that I have found that I enjoyed.
Right.
But also, like, I feel like the appeal of a sauce is the taste of the sauce. And when you're diluting it with other sauces, I just don't understand.
You're overly
why.
saucing at that
Yeah,
point.
I don't get it. But I see people do it, and it's
Yeah.
just like sauce on sauce. And it feels like a hat on a headphone.
Well, the dry one we had, the lemon pepper one,
Yeah.
was not saucy.
It was very pleasant.
If one ate a dry
Yeah.
rubbed wing,
Yeah.
it would make sense to use a sauce in that regard.
Yes.
But I agree.
No,
a
I agree.
sauce
I agree.
wing,
Yeah.
it feels odd to double sauce at that point.
Yeah. It's like, what are you gaining out of this?
Yeah.
Despite the chicken wing shortage of 2022, Pizza Hut,
was a dark time.
it really was. Pizza Hut managed to keep its wing prices relatively stable compared to other restaurants.
Oh, they're big chicken, you see.
They are. Big pizza is big chicken. I mean, everything pyramids up.
Anyway,
Everything's
it's all like
one
it's
giant.
1-3. Like there's 3 companies that own
Disney.
everything.
It's
yeah,
Disney.
You're right.
Disney makes all the chicken.
Yeah.
A 6-piece order of traditional bone-in wings at Pizza Hut typically cost around $8.99, while an 8-piece order of boneless wings was about $8.69.
Just a little cheaper without that bone in it.
A little cheaper without the bone, but you get 2 more wings.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow, it's a better deal.
yeah, better, way more meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in theory.
In theory. Pizza Hut's wings range from 80 to 140 calories each, depending on whether they're naked or coated in sauce. So,
And here's why. I don't know if you want me to talk about why I don't eat wings.
oh, the caloric per.
It's like a bomb, caloric bomb.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense to me. Like, because chicken is healthy,
Sure.
you know, but it's, and some,
they even sometimes advertise it as like white meat chicken.
Yes.
But it's like, but what's the point of advertising it like that if you're going to load it in sauce?
Because it's fried. And even the ones that aren't like fried with like a coating of fry, like they're still flash fried in a pan.
Mhm.
So they add, and so sometimes you'll get like 6 wings and it's like 1,000 calories.
Right.
Like that's a lot of calories
Sure.
for only 6 wings. That's not a ton
It's not
of
worth
food.
it. It's not
Mhm.
worth it. Yeah.
Which is why I have problems eating wings. I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah. The honey barbecue flavor has the highest sugar content. Go figure.
Okay.
With 5 grams per bone-in wing. With garlic parmesan has the most fat at 11 grams per wing.
Okay. There must be more oil in the garlic parmesan.
Yeah,
That's my guess.
Probably.
Yeah,
because garlic, I imagine they're probably
it's like
using
garlic
a garlic
butter,
oil.
or it's probably not butter, but like garlic. It's got an unctuousness to.
Yeah.
Is
that a real word?
Unctuous? Yeah, it's about something that kind of coats the throat. It's like about how oily or fatty something is, how it tastes.
It's not every day that you hear a word you've never heard before.
Well, I'm a smart lady who likes food.
Your lip is actually peeling. It's like falling into your teeth. I'm a smart lady.
I'm a smart lady who likes unctuous food.
Yeah. A recent MASHED survey found that Pizza Hut's WingStreet wings are the most popular among pizza chain wings, with 36.5% of readers' votes.
How many pizza chain wings are there?
There are a lot of pizza chains that serve wings. Pizza Hut's the only one that's like branded it like a new name with WingStreet. But like you can get boneless wings at Domino's.
Huh.
I don't order Papa John's or Little Caesars enough, but Little Caesars seems like the type of place you could get wings. I don't know for sure. But I mean, and then a lot of mom and pop pizza places, which they're not going to be in that survey because they're not nationwide.
True.
But Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
I mean, the branding is there. It's probably what you think of when you think of pizza and wings. You think of Pizza Hut and WingStreet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's about it for like WingStreet and Pizza Hut. But I'm going to go into the history of wings in general.
Oh, well, they didn't used to have wings, let me tell you. They grew them.
The name Buffalo Wings originates from Buffalo, New York, but the true creator of the dish is still debated.
Mm.
In 1980, writer Calvin Trillin traced the origins of buffalo wings, pointing to Frank Bellissimo of Anchor Bar as the inventor, supported by a 1977 proclamation from the city of Buffalo declaring July 29th as Chicken Wing Day.
Bok.
What's funny is I'm like, can you say something more than just interesting? And you're balking like a chicken. And I like that instinct. Others in Buffalo claim that John Young's Wings and Things was the true pioneer of buffalo wings, leaving the mystery unresolved.
We may never know.
Like I don't know. It doesn't seem that creative to
Buffalo
make a
wings?
like wait, yeah.
Well, I think really it's the sauce specifically that makes it buffalo wings.
Which
right?
also makes it seem like it would be less debatable.
Right, exactly. Like someone made a recipe, like put those things together, and that flavor profile should be attributed to the person who did that. But maybe
someone's like, I did that first.
Yeah.
No, I mean there is such a thing as parallel thought.
True.
The odds of them both being in Buffalo seems fishy.
Right.
But
yeah. You know, I think it's interesting that we haven't touched on the fact Buffalo having wings.
Oh, because the animal buffalo doesn't have wings? Well, because it's named after the city.
Well, I know,
and their
but
chicken wings.
I keep waiting for buffaloes to fly.
I mean, Buffalo Wild Wings advertising has a winged buffalo in it singing.
This is how I want them to be.
That commercial they did where he would like sing poorly. Do you watch like TV? Do you see commercials
I
and stuff?
don't see a ton of commercials.
Big buffalo, like CGI buffalo sitting at a table talking, and he just starts singing, and he has like a real bad, obnoxious voice. And it was like nails on a chalkboard for me. Like literally, it sounded like Freddy Claus. Like, I'm not saying that just to work that in. It was the most annoying singing I'd ever heard. To the point where I'd be watching TV, and every time that commercial came on, I would scramble for the remote to mute it just for that.
So judgmental. He already doesn't have wings, and now you're mad at him for not being able to sing correctly?
I think if you don't have a good singing voice, sing privately, not on a national commercial.
I mean, think about what you're saying.
It was so discordant. It hurt my ears.
Well, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Did you get over that?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Me and my therapist are doing sessions.
Good.
Yeah. Super Bowl weekend is the peak time for chicken wing consumption, with Americans estimated to have eaten 1.4 billion wings during the 2021 Super Bowl. 1.4 billion.
I think what's interesting, too, is it's rare people make wings at home, I feel like.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I'm outside of the wing purview. I will admit that. But like, I feel like most people are buying wings and getting wings to go. They're not like at home saucing their own wings.
So I think some people do. I mean, they're.
Have you ever made wings before?
Mm-hmm.
Are they easy to make?
I mean, you cook them the way you would cook
regular chicken. Okay.
But you just toss it with a sauce that you want in the bowl first.
I guess doesn't seem like that much work.
It's not too hard.
I associate that food as like a to-go or like a...
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure in the vast majority of cases it is, especially for the Super Bowl. But, I mean, let's like actually think about that. 1.4 billion wings. That's roughly 4 wings per American. And that's not even including all the Americans who don't have any wings on the Super Bowl.
How many chickens is that?
Oh, God. A sad amount. I don't want to think about that. The Buffalo Bills' success in the early 90s with 4 consecutive Super Bowl appearances is said to have popularized buffalo wings as a classic Super Bowl snack.
You know what? We can thank Buffalo Bills for something.
What does LA have? Like, if the LA Rams won 4 Super Bowls, what's everyone now eating on the Super Bowl?
I mean, we do have a lot of taco
stands.
I feel like it'd be like some taco.
It'd be taco.
Yeah. Although there are more donut shops here per capita. I just read about
I would
this.
be okay with that. If the Rams won 4 Super Bowls and now all of a sudden donuts are what people do on the
like
Super
LA
Bowl,
donut or something.
let's
yeah.
frickin' go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm all for that. I love donuts.
You know what I like about also why it makes sense for parties is because it's like you get 20 and they're easy to
Wings
pass
or
out.
donuts?
Wings.
Yeah.
Easy to pass out because it's like everyone can take a wing. It's a good shareable food. You know
Sure.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if we had mini donuts and you could buy 3 dozen mini donuts.
Are you a donut person?
I do enjoy donuts.
Do you have a go-to?
I'm pretty open to donuts as long as it's fried. I'm pretty happy about it, but I do like that Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme's great, yeah.
But
for just a regular glaze, I think Krispy
regular
Kreme
glaze
does it best.
is very good. But I do love a chocolate from just a greasy donut shop.
I love a blueberry cake donut.
Oh, blueberry cake!
Yeah.
Wow, very fancy.
Go to there's a place called Donut Hut in Burbank. If you ever are in Burbank, California, or even Los Angeles, go to Donut Hut, get their blueberry donut.
Do you like Randy's donut?
It's my favorite donut. Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
They're here in Burbank now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Not that we're in Burbank. Don't come and stalk us.
I've mentioned I'm where I'm
Yes, we are in Burbank.
My
Please
home
come
address.
and stalk him.
I will not be giving out. In 2015, Patrick Bertoletti set a world record by eating 444 wings in 26 minutes at the Wing Bowl, with Molly Schuyler close behind at 440 wings. 444 wings.
First of all, I cannot get over their names because they're both bird puns. Bertoletti, Schuyler. These people, it's big.
It's an inside
It's
job.
all rigged. It's all rigged.
But Schuyler isn't like
Birds are in the sky.
chickens aren't.
Not chickens, but birds.
But it's chicken wing
Chickens
day.
aren't a bird. I'm just saying. Wow, that's foul. You're stuck with me for the next 6 hours.
This is the longest episode of my life. This really is a nightmare on Wing Street.
Yay! I want it to be a dream for you all at home.
The National Buffalo Chicken Wing Festival, or Wing Fest, is held every Labor Day weekend in downtown Buffalo, New York, attracting wing lovers from all over.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I would go to that.
I bet it'd be fun to do.
Yeah. But I don't want to see in person a person eating 444. I went to the Nathan's hot dog eating contest this year. And
do you enjoy watching that?
My view was terrible, so I kind of gave up once the competition started and realized I was like, I have to hold my phone up and watch through my phone screen to see anything. Yeah.
And at that point, you get
cool
to watch
idea,
it on TV.
Though. Yeah. And the energy there was awesome.
Yeah.
States in the Pacific region, like California, Oregon, Washington, and Alaska, consume the least chicken wings, while the South leads the country in wing consumption.
Okay. But the South might lead the country in a lot of consumption, I would assume.
Sure. Like what?
Probably a lot more like cakes and sweets. I'd imagine. I'm so sorry.
Do you think so?
Comparatively to...
When I think cakes, I kind of think New York City. I think New England.
because of cheesecake?
Maybe. I don't know why.
I think fried food in general is more of a southern thing. But also things like mac and cheese, like mashed potatoes, like comfort food.
Yeah.
While maybe in on the West Coast, people are eating a lot more like kale bowls.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, I don't know. I'm on the West Coast and I'm not that health conscious.
Well.
But I'm terrible. The average American eats 90 chicken wings per year, highlighting the enduring popularity of this tasty treat. That's actually less than I would assume.
Per year.
Because that's I don't know, let's say you eat 6 whenever you have some. That's 15 orders of wings per year.
That's more than
I got
one
6
a month.
wings, once every month with a couple months I had to, all right.
That's probably
I'll give it to them. Americans show a preference for traditional wings versus boneless at 53% to 47%, according to the National Chicken Council. Chicken Council.
First of all, speaking of big chicken.
There could not be a more obvious candidate for who Big Chicken is.
There is a big discussion in my friend group about bone-in chicken versus boneless chicken.
Yeah.
Fried chicken specifically is why this discussion happens. But
Sure.
bone-in chicken does have more flavor because of the nature of the bone.
Yes, but I like the convenience.
I agree with you. I hate having to eat. I also feel gross like eating around a bone. It kind of like is weird to me. Like it reminds me I'm eating a living thing.
Yeah.
You know.
I firmly would say I prefer boneless.
I prefer boneless.
But I like both. I do like both.
I mean, if I'm being forced to eat wings.
Yeah. I just don't like dirtying my hand.
I agree with you.
So
I agree with you.
Anyways, that's the Eat Deets of WingStreet as well as just chicken wings in general.
Wings. Yeah,
So,
those are some great deets, man.
thank you.
Oh, hey there, bud. We heard you like Dungeons & Dragons. Fancy that. We're your Canadian neighbors, eh? Dungeons & Dragons. And we just started Season 3, which means it's the perfect place to start with us. Let me give you a little taste of the show.
How much is a donkey cost?
Russ, how much is a
The
donkey
question everyone
cost?
wants to know. Is he ever going to give you up?
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Orcus is gonna rule all and he won't desert you. Find out why Dungeons & Dragons has been downloaded more than 1 million times. Start listening to Season 3 today, anywhere fine podcasts are found, or at dumbdragons.com.
Hey, here at the Nerdy Reads podcast, we read nerdy stuff such as sci-fi, fantasy, horror books, manga, comics, and all other things. We are a weekly podcast, so whether you listen to 5 books or 10 or 100 books a year, there is something for you on the Nerdy Reads podcast.
You can find us on YouTube or wherever you prefer to listen.
Join us in the New Stuff Cafe where we review a new food or beverage item each week.
You can also expect some of the latest and greatest news from across the nerdverse and a sighting of the week.
And the best part of the show always happens at the end when we get some advice from our very own sweet baby Dylan.
Listen.
All right, Rachel,
Yeah.
we've learned some history. We have a review to give, but that's going to be next week.
Oh, it's gonna be next week.
This week, we want to hear what other people have reviewed WingStreet. And like kind
is
of
it our specific location?
It's our specific location. And like some of these are just for Pizza Hut because no one's leaving specific WingStreet reviews.
Okay.
But do you want to hear them? You want to jump in?
Yeah. Do I read as well? Do I just listen and
Yeah.
offer?
You read.
Oh, okay, great.
All right, we're going to jump into this week's Yelp from Strangers.
We need a little Yelp, a little Yelp, a little Yelp from strangers. A 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4 or 5. So get a little Yelp, a little Yelp, a little Yelp from strangers. A little Yelp, a little Yelp. Give us those complaints while you literally whine and die. Yelp!
This is Yelp from Strangers, our segment where we turn to Yelp and read out our favorite 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-star Yelp reviews of the very restaurant at which we dined. Rachel, your reviews are hidden underneath that little blanket over there.
You want me to grab them now?
Want to grab them. Like
oh,
a little,
it's like a present.
It's like a Christmas surprise.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
5-star review.
All right. I'm going to start us off with a 5-star review. This is from Poncho V from Los Angeles, California, August 16th, 2009. 15 years ago.
Oh, Poncho.
15
What do you think he's
years
up to
ago.
now?
He's the first person to review this location.
Oh, okay.
So we're cruising down Colorado Boulevard, heading home from the Glendale Galleria.
He's a storyteller. I love this.
And I asked my wife, so what's for dinner? She said, I don't know. What do you want? I said, how about tacos? She said, no, I'm tired of tacos. How can you get tired of tacos? Not me.
I would never get tired of tacos, just FYI. Anyway.
She said, oh, how about Pizza Hut? He's capitalizing so many things.
I can imagine, but either you're just very excited or you're just adding
literally,
it. Oh, I see.
Like it's all caps yeah. How about Pizza Hut? What are you kidding me? Fuck no.
Whoa.
We just had crappy pizza last week at Capri. She said,
Capri in Italy?
yeah, I don't know.
Probably not.
She said, no menso. The wings. Dot, 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 dot. Well, I don't like Pizza Hut. So I never tried their wings. Like I said, it sounds like an anime dub. I never tried their wings.
Well, first of all, this couple needs to go to counseling.
They really do. He opens with, I turn to my wife, so what's for dinner? Okay,
yeah,
calm down,
no
buddy.
wonder she's upset.
Yeah. Coming in hot with your...
So what's for dinner, my lady?
This is your responsibility.
Yeah.
And
she's upset because they had bad pizza last night. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I never tried their wings. Like I always say, like trying new things and places, so we head on in.
Okay, great. I appreciate the fact they're willing to try something new.
So this little place is to go only. So we place an order to go for 22 wings, crispy and bone-in, and their flavor, buffalo burnin' hot.
All 22 of them?
I guess. Extreme heat for the daring buffalo eater, the sign read. Okay, we'll see. ... We also order bread rolls, in quotes.
Bread
we order
rolls.
bread rolls.
What are bread rolls? I'm not sure what that means.
And he says, no, not bread sticks. I think it's like when you get garlic knots, something like that is my guess.
Okay,
something similar to that.
Okay. I kind of want some bread rolls now.
Yeah. Bread rolls, they are stuffed with pepperoni and sauce on the side.
Okay.
So the wings were spicy, little hot, not extreme heat, but the flavor was good, so I won't knock them for this.
Okay, great.
I also like the crunch they had to them. The bread rolls were good also. I never thought I would say this, but I'm a fan of Pizza Hut. Well, actually not, but yes, WingStreet. ... My only small complaint would be that you can only get one flavor per your wing size order. If you like wings, give them a try. I'm sure you'll like them. ... Asterisk, asterisk, warning. This review is for WingStreet only. I'm not recommending the pizza.
You know, I appreciate his clarification.
Yes. 5 stars.
5 stars.
5 stars. After all of that adventure.
I do think I was expecting a lower rating because he wanted more flavors.
Right.
And he was upset that it was like to go only.
He did have critiques and they mattered not.
But they did not matter.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It saved his marriage.
It saved his marriage.
So that's why.
They tried something new for once.
Yeah. And they stopped fighting for 5 minutes.
Yeah. 15 years later, do you think they're still together?
Pancho V and his lady.
Yeah.
See.
All right. 5 stars.
1-star review.
This is Larisse. Larisse?
Larisse? I would say Larisse.
Larisse ...
Her last name's a mystery.
She's from Los Angeles. She has done several reviews, according to this.
Yeah.
That star rating is 1 star, so we're in for a good ride.
A doozy.
Just so you know, I'm about to read this, but I'm going to try to do my best Larisse impression.
Uh-oh. This feels racially charged already.
No, why would it be? You making that assumption is not good. Ow!
Oh, did that hurt?
No.
Acting.
Whoever manages this location is a damn fool! Exclamation point.
Yep.
I'd like to meet your lazy, sorry ass. And ass is spelled with 2 $signs.
Naturally.
I haven't ordered pizza in so long. I was very excited for this delivery. Okay, maybe this is a pizza.
What do you think she looks like with this voice? What do you think she looks like?
I feel like she's real sassy.
Based on your
maybe
voice,
a little bit of a New Yorker.
To me, she looks like a cartoon mouse.
She's a little mousy.
Yeah.
She's very excited for this delivery. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. So problem was she was setting herself up for, for sadness. Pizza was burnt, hard, and dry. Photos attached. Wings were undercooked. I could possibly get sick. I need to go vomit this food out before I got poisoned. That's me. That's just me adding.
I'm going to make a gif of that.
My fat ass, $sign, was just so hungry I didn't care. Sad emoji face.
Aww.
Oh, no. So she didn't care she was going to vomit after eating the undercooked wings?
Nope.
Wow, this picture. Ooh.
That's literally bleeding.
A $5 pizza from Little Caesars is gourmet food compared to this. How could your crew possibly think it's okay to delivery this crap quality? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Train those 16-year-old workers better, please. They're 16, lady.
Yeah. What do you expect?
This is their training.
Just learned to drive. This is getting them ready for life.
They're trying to understand the history of America and finish their essay.
And this mouse lady comes up to them.
And now I'm trying to understand why this anthropomorphized mouse is ordering food from them. Quality check your SH asterisk T. I could make pizza with toast and Kraft and it would be better than what I just paid for. This review is solely for this location and not the Pizza Hut franchise.
I love that we've both had disclaimers. Both of our reviews, they put like fine print.
Okay, we have a picture of chicken.
Like raw as it can be.
And then we have
what looks like pumpkin pie.
But it's, I guess, the underside of the pizza. It must have been like stuffed. It was stuffed crust pizza.
I literally thought that was like from BettyCrocker.com, and you're like, here's a recipe for
it does look like pie. I
Yeah.
think this is her burnt pizza
Oh,
crust.
wow, that is bad then. Okay.
And so obviously you're gonna have to put an insert in. But like, look at this.
Yeah,
that does not look cooked.
That is, yeah.
And you know what's great is one person found this review helpful.
You can go download our full Yelp from Strangers segment at our Patreon. The link for that is in the description of this episode, or you can go to patreon.com/finediningpodcast. And we're now offering a 1-week free trial, so what do you have to lose? Go check it out. People have wild opinions, and we get to read oh so many of them. Thanks.
I feel like I've become friends with these people.
Do you? Do you feel closer with them?
I do.
I feel maybe more disdain for just society in general.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Reading Yelp reviews doesn't make me hopeful about the state of our country.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I always think it's funny when someone does a Yelp review for something they didn't even try. Like, they were closed when they weren't supposed to be.
I waited in line and gave up and left. Maybe I'll try their food someday. 2 stars.
That's not helpful.
That's not. No, okay. So there's a Google review. So there's a burger chain that I just did in last month's September tournament called Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers.
Okay.
They're out of Wichita, but I did a Patreon episode on them earlier this year. And there's one opening up not too far from my girlfriend, probably maybe a 20-minute drive in San Dimas, I think. And there is already a spot for it in like Google. You can look up the address and it'll take you there, but it's not open yet. It said coming summer 2024 when I drove by this spring, but there's been no movement on it. I went to the Google page for it and it already had 2 stars. People had started reviewing it and they were like, this used to be a Del Taco, and now they say it's going to be this burger place, but it's not open yet. What the heck? 2 stars. And so I left a 5-star review that said, leaving this to cancel out the jabronis who say, like, who decided to rate a place based on nothing.
That was a Google review?
Google review.
It's
and
so stupid.
And then a bunch of people have like upvoted my review because they're just like, yeah, that's stupid that like, okay, the place isn't open. You can't review it.
This is not legitimate, whatever your thoughts are.
I hope at the very least they're able to like purge it before they open.
Yes, yes.
Anyways, Rachel, thanks so much for coming on this week and going to WingStreet with me. And we'll talk all about that next week.
It's like we flew there together.
It was kind of a nightmare in some ways.
And a dream in others.
Tune in next week. Rachel, do you have anything you want to plug? Tell people where they can find you on social media.
Shake your hand. Check me out on Instagram at Rachel Amanda Bryant. I'm also on TikTok. I'm not as active, but Rachel A. Bryant. Yes, I'm an actor. I do a lot of horror movies. And I have a horror movie coming out. It'll be out for, streaming, and maybe we'll see about a theatrical release, hopefully by the end of the year, if not the beginning of next year. So.
And its name is A Hard Place.
It's a hard place. And when you think about it, so often we are stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I would love it if I'm trying to see that movie, but then one of the Rock's movies is there and I'm like trying to decide which one to see.
Oh, great. I'm going to totally steal that for a social media bit.
Great. All right. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Fine Dining Podcast. If you want more episodes or the full Yelp from Strangers segment instead of just the first 2 reviews, head on over to that Patreon, patreon.com/finediningpodcast. Love to have you. And we're just going to spend a week waiting on our table. We'll see you next week. Have a fine day.
Waiting on our table, except it's done and we had some fun. Now we're waiting on our table, join us next time we're stuck in line. Waiting on our table, we're so hungry, tummy's grumbling. Waiting on our table, we gotta continue our search for mediocrity.
a fine day.